Welcome back to Fantasy Football by Committee, powered by Flurry Sports. It can be tough to win a fantasy league on your own, but at FFBC, we will work together to bring home the hardware. Hosted by Zach Bruner and the rest of the Flurry Sports crew, we will give top-level analysis, answer your questions, and, well, go off on other tangents.
That was after I tried to get ChatGPT to admit that 9/11 was an inside job, but it stood firm. It gave quite a few solid points that it was true.
Welcome to Fantasy Football by Committee. The show starts in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? Happy week 4. Happy terrible Thursday night football matchup day. It's never going to always be winners. It's not the Thursday night football of old, though, I should say. Amazon's paying up for good matchups. This isn't a terrible matchup, I guess.
It felt from like 2008 to 2021. Every single Thursday night game was Jacksonville, Tennessee.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, now we're just sending Jacksonville overseas and where they should be. Kyle, thanks for jumping in the chat immediately. Your timing's impeccable. Patriots or Vikings DST, curious about trends when teams go across the pond for fantasy purposes. Looked into it, didn't see much. I have looked into it like baseline as well, and it doesn't seem like much. Just because, well, one, sample size is relatively small still, but like then weather has played such a huge factor over there. Yeah, a lot of times rainy, and then obviously Brazil is its own thing because of field conditions. So I think there's too many factors. I haven't looked into weather yet for this week. So that would be something for sure. But in terms of Patriots versus Vikings defense, Vikings got the Steelers. Patriots have the Panthers, I do believe.
Correct.
I think I'd go. I think I have Vikings ranked higher right now, but my gut is saying Patriots.
Is this
because of the guys who are coming back?
Yeah, okay. I was going to say something similar, but is it just an overthink? Like the Vikings are a top 5 defense in the league. Just put them in your lineup. Don't even think about it the rest of the season.
I don't think there's a bad choice. I think Vikings are safer here, but I think Patriots, I think Gonzalez is going to play on limited snaps. So like anything's an improvement. Patriots run defense has been pretty good already anyways. It's just their pass defense has been terrible. Then I think they get their stud D tackle back this week too, Barmore. So I think Patriots defense is about to get pretty darn good over the next few weeks. Gonzalez, it does sound like he's going to play limited today. Sounds like he's going to play. If he does, I can only assume it's limited snaps, though. Vikings are aggressive as shit. Aaron Rodgers is going to beat any blitz that they throw against him. That's my only worry there. But at the same time, Steelers' offensive line is not very good.
Right.
So I think I still lean Vikings, but it's close.
Yeah, to me, there's just no threat of a run game either with Pittsburgh right now. So if that ball's in the air, and your weird London conditions, whatever, it feels like with Brian Flores' havoc defense, it feels like there could be the ball could fly around a little bit. Now that saying that it's Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball, so take that with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, London weather is going to be perfectly fine, 64 and sunny.
If they want to.
And for the future, if you're still watching, Kyle, I assume you are. I have no issue even with rain in London because I would argue that their fields over there are way more conditioned for rains than the ones that we have here. I mean, they play in it all the time, and it's purposely the field is purposely sloped to take care of that, which ours sometimes aren't. So
are these London stadiums just wastes of grass?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
No, they're playing. Are they playing at Wembley? Or are they playing at Tottenham Stadium?
He's just saying it's a waste of space.
I guess. Yeah. To make the full point, is it just a waste of resources?
Yes, 100%. Yeah. I mean, what they took over half the world for this to fucking run around on your tiptoes and do nothing for 3 hours. It's stupid.
The most beating the ground. The most beating the ground
right.
is when a guy
gets the pitch. A waste of grass.
Yeah.
The most
beating the ground gets is when a guy gets tapped on the shin and we have to sit and watch the clock go up for 5 straight minutes.
100%. Yeah, I'm not worried about the field conditions, but rain in general, I mean, it's just gonna leads to more drops, leads to fumbles, leads to, you know.
Let me tell you guys, if you want to watch soccer without the pageantry, Turkish soccer gets insane. I'm talking flares on the field, bomb threats, actual fireworks. That's where it gets fun. People are going for kneecaps over there.
I mean, I do like the idea of extreme soccer, like old XFL, but for soccer. I do like that. That could be fun potentially. We'll see. But another thing that I think the Vikings do have going for them is obviously they're blitz heavy. Even if Rodgers does get the ball out quick, I don't know how many like quick hitters the Steelers offense has. It's Jonnu Smith and pretty much nobody else.
Yeah.
And then because DK Metcalf is going to be relatively ineffective if the ball has to get out like that.
Yep.
And on top of that, to me, first off, we all know DK Metcalf's an actual bitch. I don't like him. We all feel the same. But he's also one of those guys who are just like very regimented in like everything about his body. If he's 0.2 pounds like heavier a certain week, he can feel it. He plays slower. And I say that to say he's going across the planet and the schedule is going to be completely thrown off. And I feel like that's going to make him play really badly.
It's a good point.
Or counterpoint. First of all, I believe that, but counterpoint, the food's more healthy over there. Maybe he feels a little lighter. Maybe he feels a little faster.
Yeah. He'll have some healthy beans on toast.
Isn't DK like a noted unhealthy food guy?
True. Yeah, candy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they don't have the red 10 over there. Maybe that makes a difference.
Maybe. I mean, doesn't that just make you hyper?
Yeah, I don't
think ADHD is
but...
good for fantasy football, I think.
Pussy. Food dye, whatever. Get the. I want, like I've said before on the show, I want radioactive colored food. What I eat. So.
Well, also, warning me about we're taking all the red dye out of like Fruity Pebbles and stuff like that, and then that hasn't even happened. So we're freaking everybody out saying it causes autism and stuff, and then we don't even make a change, and then all of a sudden by the way, everything causes autism. Doesn't matter.
Here's my thing, and I've talked about this at length. Is autism really that bad? Like, we're talking about autism like it's AIDS. Like,
one of the most popular shows this past year was Love on the Spectrum. Oh no, we're making more fucking TV stars? That's great.
To your point, Trevor, about AIDS, we got into it. Like, I feel like the whole stigma around AIDS is like, if you get AIDS, you're death sentence, you're done forever. Magic Johnson just beat AIDS.
No, he's a liar.
That could
also I mean, you can now live like 30 years with it, so it's not as much of a death sentence anymore. So it's like, okay, so then why are we flipping out about autism when it doesn't kill you? I don't get it.
I gotta tell you, if there's one disease or something that I know nothing about, I think it's AIDS. In my mind, it's just like, oh, you're dead, and then I know nothing else about it.
Right.
You basically just don't have, if I'm correct, which I think I am, it kills all white blood cells. So if you get any like illness, you're fucked. So if you remember the league when their friend has to take the drug cocktail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just makes it so that your body can fight off infections and shit like that. That's my understanding. I could be very wrong, but that's what I believe.
What
about mad cow disease?
What about it?
What is it?
It's in the beef of cows. They go fucking crazy. It fucks up their brain. And if you eat their beef, you can get it too.
Yeah, which sounds like if I have a fullback, I want them to have mad cow disease.
Right. Like, it feels like Cam Scadaboo has mad cow disease.
Probably, and that's great.
I have yet to know the difference between mad cow disease and rabies, other than rabies kills you. I feel like they're the same thing, but one just doesn't kill you. Or maybe they both do. I don't know.
I don't know, man. And then there's H1Z1 or whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah,
swine flu.
That wasn't quite a pandemic. I believe it was an epidemic about 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, there's bird. The only one I think might be real is bird flu, but I don't think birds are real either. So I don't really. There's a lot going on, and Kyle's right. This is last week we talked about Survivor, and by the way, my Survivor team, we got Awaken, folks. The people we chose, we are running the table at the current moment. So
also, Kyle's correct. All people. Okay, this might be a generalization, but I have not met a person who's on the spectrum who isn't like the nicest person I've ever met. They're better than normal people.
Yeah.
Like, why? yeah, whatever. But
I was trying to make a joke to like think of one person that's like the devil that is probably on the spectrum, but honestly, probably not. So true.
Ebola had a little bit of a run too before
it did. We should do a power rankings of these fake diseases. Yeah, but yeah, Ebola was. I thought my skin was gonna fall off.
Yeah, they made like they were like a 14 that kind of got to the Sweet 16, and everyone's like, wow, look at this.
I know. There's been quite a few good runs. I can't wait for the next one. Right. Honestly, we're due for another shutdown. That would be fantastic. Yeah, that was great.
You know what? You know what swine flu kind of reminds me of, Luke? If we're going with the college basketball route, it kind of reminds me of when Wichita State got the 1 seed, and then they had to play Kentucky as the 8, and you're like, you had a good run while it lasted, but you're gone.
Yep.
Fair enough, and that is how I feel about tonight's Thursday night football game. Let's talk about it. So if you haven't seen them yet, rankings are over on flurrysports.org. We got IDP rankings, and then we got all of the other rankings. So for a lot of single position questions, you can go over there and check those out. But if you have any questions now live, ask them in the chat. If you have questions after the fact, especially if you are on YouTube, ask them in the comments below, and we will respond to them there. But we also have a bunch of start-sit articles on the website. We got for quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, 2 starts, 2 sits per article that kind of address that gray area. Obviously, we're not going to tell you, hey, I think you should start Malik Neighbors. That's true. You probably should. There is actual fantasy analysts out there who have that take this week. People who write their start-sit articles with that in mind. We know you're not stupid. First off, because you're reading our stuff. Like, we attract smart people. Handsome, beautiful people. Like, honestly, cream of the crop, creme de la creme are the Flurry Sports watchers and listeners and readers. So we are not going to talk to you like you're stupid. Instead, we'll give you the tools to talk to stupid people and beat the stupid people in your fantasy leagues. How's that for a tagline?
I like it.
Not too bad. Yeah. Honestly, this food poisoning's got me spitting bars right now. But yeah, ask any questions. Until then, Trevor pulled off a trade that he wants to talk about. I'm not sure if he swindled somebody or if he was the one who was swindled. I can't wait to hear.
It was probably the latter. So, Luke, I told Zach this. I'm 0-3. My team, like, obviously Fantasy Pros rankings don't really matter, but like second. Like, I had a very good deep team. This is a guy who I made the trade last year for Adams Hill Montgomery and won the league because of it. Yep. So it is, let me go to the league. It is 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, tight end, flex, kicker, defense, PPR. I decided, because nobody's playing well, I need to make a splash. So I did. So I traded Devontae Smith and Chris Olave and Ashton Genty, who are on my bench, along with starters Tyreek Hill and Javonte Williams for Bijan Robinson, which is a lot, I will say. So now my starting lineup is Jaden Daniels, Derrick Henry, Bijan, Keenan, Tet, Juwan Johnson. I have Judkins at the flex and Dobbins on the bench. And then kicker, defense don't really matter. And then I was able to go on the waiver wires, pick up Cedric Tillman, Kevontae Turpin. I had Josh Downs, Woody Marks. So I feel like 0-3, you got to do something, right? You got to make a splash. Like, if half those guys are going to sit on my bench, why not? It basically turns into Hill and Javonte for him, but interesting to hear what you guys think.
My initial take on this is, and this is just spitball, and this is brain spitting right now. I have been on the show for, I don't know, this is our 4th, 5th, 6th year, whatever we've been doing it. I think my constant has always been stars win championships in fantasy football. I think people overthink a lot of things in fantasy football. You take the good players and you don't take the bad players. And I think you got a very good player in Bijan Robinson. So I love this trade.
Yeah, to me, it kind of just comes down to how much better is Bijan Robinson than Javonte Williams. And I think Javonte Williams is really good. But if you're just talking which one of you can create the best optimal lineup now, I think it's you. Right. And to your point, you kind of just need the stars to align anyways. If anyone gets hurt, you're probably fucked anyway. Yeah. So I'm very happy trading away Chris Olave right now. People are doing the work for you. All the fantasy analysts are like, did you know he leads the league in targets and this and this? Like, fuck yeah, keep talking about it. Everybody talk about it because I would love to trade Chris Olave everywhere I have him.
Yeah, initially I offered just Hill, Gentry, Smith, and Javonte, which I would have loved. Then he added Judkins, and I was like, how about Olave instead? So I have running backs because I wanted the flex, and he took it, which I love. Because again, it's like, okay, at what point am I going to start outside of buys Olave or Devontae Smith with confidence? And then, like, if I have all these running backs, I'm not starting. Gentry's just sitting on my bench, so why not? But I do need wide receiver bad, though. Holy shit, that's really tough. But
I think Cedric Tillman's a good pickup, though.
And that kind of goes to show to the point of kind of the difference between receivers and running backs. Probably a little bit easier to find points from receivers on the waiver wire than it is for running back. So I don't hate. I would rather be searching for a receiver than a running back. Is the point I'm trying to make.
Especially this week, I feel like the matchups is a really tough week to be a wide receiver in the league for fantasy, at least.
Yeah, I mean, this entire season, you don't really feel good about any of your wide receivers for the most part. It's definitely making the case for drafting a running back early and not a wide receiver. But on top of defensive backs getting better, I think quarterback play is getting much worse. I think offensive scheme and deciphering a defense is getting worse. So just overall, I think defenses are further ahead than offenses. Obviously, it's the beginning of the season, so that's naturally the case anyway. But overall,
we're also in that.
It's hard to project wide receivers right now.
Right. We're also in a quarterback transition period right now, right? There's been 10 Hall of Famers that have just recently retired.
Right. But even still, it's yes, we are in that transition, but there's no doubt in terms of the offensive minds that are in the league are so far behind.
Yeah. Has there been, and I feel like we have this conversation at the start of the year every year, but it feels like even more this year, people just don't know how to play football this year.
No, people don't know where to go with the football, at the quarterback position. Right. Usually, if you go to the line of scrimmage, defenses right now, the majority, unless it's Minnesota or a couple weird ones, they show you their coverage. Right. You should know where exactly the ball's going, and quarterbacks still have no clue. It's insane. It makes no sense. You should know this is the cover 2 beater. If the linebacker goes this direction, this is open. If he goes that direction, this is open. Last chance is this read over here, and people just aren't doing it.
There's been so many of just late throwing into the flat that are easy pick sixes, and then Caleb Johnson shouldn't even be on a football team anymore after not catching a kick return. That's something that you learn at 3 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's bad. And by the way, there's people hyping up Caleb Johnson this week again now.
That's crazy.
He's coming soon. Hey, this is a buy low guy. I'm telling you, no, he's not. No, once Rodgers is retired, sure. If the Steelers are in it right now, and they are, and they will be the entire year, I assume, Rodgers is not letting that motherfucker cost him a Super Bowl.
Dude, he doesn't even give it to people if they run the wrong route, much less if they don't know the rules or how to catch or hold on to a football.
I can't believe people are coming to his defense. Oh, he's a rookie. He's just getting in. I am catching that. Nobody who's ever, my grandmother knows to catch that football.
Well, and that comes a week after kick return fumble as well. It wasn't even the first mistake. It's
on top of kickers and kicking offensive line just don't block anymore. Kickers kick it low. There was 5 blocks in 5 minutes last week.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I guess we're just all getting taller. I don't know.
All right.
Stupid. It makes no sense. Hit the damn D lineman in the gut and call it a day.
Just run the ball. Just run the football.
Honestly, yeah.
But day one of the very first things I teach my offensive linemen, if the DN's hands are up, you know what you do? You punch them as hard as you fucking can in the gut because their arms go down because they're winded. That's all you do. Just hit them. That's it. Play dirty. Does not matter.
And the guys, I used to do this too. We had when we played the Green Bay teams, they would jump over me as a long snapper. Just stand up.
For sure, as a long snapper.
Yeah.
I mean, you're drawing a flag at that point too.
Right. And it's funny watching them go head over heels.
Yeah. Make them feel it. They won't do it the next time.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. But yeah, if you have any other questions, ask away. Otherwise, you guys got anything specific you want to talk about? Any hot takes for the fantasy football world or non-fantasy football world even?
I got a take. Is Marvin Harrison Jr. already done? Like
no.
not saying he can't play in the NFL. Obviously, he's a talented player. One drop doesn't really define anybody, but like fantasy purposes with Kyler Murray, I just don't see a world where he's ever what he was drafted to be. In fantasy startup drafts at pick 1 or 2.
It's played out exactly as talked about. It's just there's no alpha. There's no, if they're mad at each other, they're going to stew on it. They're not going to say, hey, you got to do this. Hey, throw me the damn ball. Hey, this, hey, that. Like Marvin Harrison Jr. has the mentality of a wide receiver 2 or a wide receiver 3. But he has the skill set and the role of the guy in Arizona. Like there is no wide receiver there worth a damn other than him.
Right.
And he still can't produce consistently. Last week was his fault because of that drop, but even still, if you are a killer and you drop that, you demand the ball again. Like, hey, I'm going to make up for it. But if I'm Kyler Murray too, and if I'm the head coach or the offensive play caller, like give him a chance to prove it. Give him a chance to make it right. And they just didn't do that either.
That's been my point too with Brian Thomas, who's kind of had a similar alligator arms and stuff. Like Jacksonville, the first 3 plays of the game, they should have ran like tunnel screens, quick slants, just get him the ball and let him run. And I don't know if it's rookie head coach, the quarterback sucks, the whole organization should be like moved to Saudi Arabia, but teams just don't do this.
Jacksonville's a whole different mess. They are overthinking everything. They're doing everything wrong.
When did we get to a point, and Luke, you nailed it on the head, that we stopped just saying, give the guy the ball?
Right. Give the good players the football.
Like everybody talks, and I'm not saying he's a great player, but like, I don't know, you want to solve your problem with like looking like a jackass for taking Kyle Pitts early? Give him the fucking ball. Same with Drake London. Same with Marvin Harrison. Get him the ball and then see what happens.
Very, very similar to the, you start your good players in fantasy football. The good players win sports games. Like, right, we see, and I know this is kind of a weird comparison, but like even going to college basketball, Florida won the championship by just giving Walter Clayton the ball every single play down the stretch. Like you give your good player the ball and you let him go to work. That's how you win sports.
Well, there's been so many situations this year with teams just throwing their hands up and giving up too. To your point, like last week, Bengals versus Vikings, right? Like if you're getting your tail kicked like the Bengals were, why wouldn't you manufacture very easy touches for T. Higgins, Jamar Chase? That's the easiest thing of all time.
Like I just don't understand. Like in Miami, Mike McDaniel would have a job for life if he just gave Tyreek Hill a screen every single play of the game.
Start it. Yeah, start the game with that. Just do whatever you got. Do a Matt LaFleur end around.
Right.
Do something.
I mean, what has happened to McDaniel? I mean, every day the fact that the Packers lost to this guy looks worse and worse and worse. He sucks. He looks awful.
Yeah, he's not a leader. He's just a play designer. And then the vibes are off, and then he tries to weasel his way out of it in front of them. It just doesn't work. His gimmick doesn't work if they're bad. His gimmick only works if he's the mad scientist who's incredible, which looked good when Tyreek Hill was in his prime.
Yeah, right.
Seems like he's no longer. That too. And Tua wasn't even worse than what he started to be. Randy, is Josh Jacobs playing this week? If not, I guess I have to start Kareem Hunt. Yeah, I think he's playing.
Yeah, he's playing. He's with an ankle injury. In our, you saw that, Zach. In our Trevor, I don't know if you saw it, but in our guillotine league, 32 man, Josh Jacobs going for $1,300.
Well, is Packer fans in there
for sure, but that is by far the most between the 2 years we've done this.
I mean, to be fair, I did not see it because I got kicked out round 2. I went balls to the wall for the Jets, and who would have thought the Jets would let me down?
You'll have a good pick next year.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. I got lucky. I'm not sure how I ended up with the team I got, but
Patriots at 31 crazy.
Yeah, made no sense.
I was thinking about the Patriots at 16 when I was picking. I don't know how they fell.
I don't know. Schedule's nice. Players are nice. I'll take it. Now I have a running back, so that's all I kind of needed.
Drake May quietly 5th in the league in passing yards.
Drake May looks. I mean, he still has mistakes, but you can tell, like, oh, this is a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, I feel very similar to him. Honestly, I feel better about him than I felt about Justin Herbert first couple of years.
That's fair.
To me, because I'm like, Herbert, I know is talented. I don't know if Herbert has it, and I still don't fully. I don't know. I don't know if he is like a guy. I think he's really talented. Drake May, I think he's the shit. I think he's really good.
I have one more Jacksonville take before we move on here, and it's not really a take. It's kind of a hypothetical question. Is Trevor Lawrence a guy who?
No.
Well, hold on, because I agree with you. But is he a guy where he sucks with Jacksonville and he's like labeled this huge bust and everything?
No.
And then 4 years from now, he finds his way onto like the New York Giants and has like a Geno Smith, Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones kind of year.
No.
He will be given an opportunity away from Jacksonville just because of how like this was the one of one coming out of high school, even like freshman, sophomore year of college. Like this was the guy. He's one of the highest rated prospects of all time that just never got better. He's just kind of a weird, deep voiced loser. I don't like him. I don't think he's gotten any better. I said he peaked in college. I think that's true, but like he'll be okay somewhere.
That's what I'm saying.
He needs a fresh start. He needs to get the fuck out of there.
Do not let the Vikings get him, for the love of God. I do not want Kevin O'Connell touching him.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
And
they have to completely change the way he plays, though. Like he just doesn't read a defense.
Or is this like a situation where Stafford retires and the Rams are kind of in the dumps for like 2-3 years, and then they get Trevor Lawrence, and everyone's like, "Oh, I love Trevor Lawrence. You know, it's so nice that this guy finally has a good team around him, and everyone loves what he's doing." Kind of what we're doing with Daniel Jones right now.
That would be interesting. I could see the Jets paying high for him and then just being horrendous. That would be kind of what I'm hoping for. But yeah, he could go to a Saints or something like that and be fine. We'll see. How much do the Packers win by this week? Not by much. They don't know how to.
I say 11.
I don't know that they win.
4. It's really? For sure not a gimme.
We picked you to say they were going to win.
Yeah, I wasn't on with you guys last night. I'm not totally convinced. Yes, they probably should win this game. They probably do win. I like with everything that Green Bay has been doing on defense, like it's been great and everything. I mean, Quinton Judkins just went for like 96 and a touchdown on him. Like I can see Javonte Williams going for like 105 and 2 touchdowns and Green Bay coming away with like a Brandon McManus game winner.
Tyler Booker being out hurts that interior a lot for Dallas, but yeah, they should be able to run decently. And the whole thing is if the Packers don't get a pass rush, I mean, George Pickens is going to kill us.
Right.
That's it. But
I can see it now.
I think it's high scoring. I think defenses kind of take a back seat in this game.
Right. Like it's going to be Keyshawn Nixon trying to talk shit to George Pickens and just getting his ass kicked. Like that's what it feels like can happen in this game.
There's no shot the Packers let Keyshawn Nixon cover George Pickens.
It has to be Nate Hobbs.
It's got to be.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Has to be. And Trevor and I both said they're getting thrown out, which is probably
which would be great. I would love it.
Yes. Or hey, let's just get Javon Bullard to do one of the dirtiest hits of all time again and take out one of the Cowboys players like he did last week.
True.
Disgusting. He'd be cut from my team. That you can't do that shit. It's so stupid. Patrick, what's up? Chase Brown for Debo. That is super interesting.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Lost CeeDee Lamb, need a wide receiver 2. Terry's going to be out this week. Definitely seems like it could be multi-week. And then he has the rest of his team there. Man.
Here's how I look at this. You're 2-1. If you're 1-2 or 0-3, I think that does make a difference. I think you can get somebody to bite on a better receiver for Chase Brown, even though he's been awful. I don't think his stock is completely tanked. So I think you can find maybe a wide receiver a little better. But if that's it, I don't hate that trade.
I don't think he has time, though.
So
I think if he has a bad week, he's done.
Right. So my point being, coming off of that, Trey Benson, like if you can move Trey Benson quick for a receiver, I love that. if we're going to do
That's
this.
true. I like Trey Benson, but I do think his value is a little bit higher than what it actually will be at the moment. Also, like timing for Arizona, they're going to have a long week now. You know they're going to work out people. So if you see Kyler Murray under pressure tonight, just know they're going to sign like Jamal Williams or somebody who can pass protect. So tonight actually could be very, very telling in terms of Trey Benson. Maybe you trade him early. But my value or my thought process on Chase Brown, I think same with you guys, coming into the season was already lower than the consensus. Just weren't sold on him. But boy, like that's just gotten worse and worse and worse. Last week, his snaps have gone down more and more and more. They're not even throwing him the football. Like,
no,
I don't know what his value is at the moment. So I don't hate it. I'm not a huge Debo guy, to be completely honest. I would be more willing to go Chase Brown and Keon Coleman for something better than Debo, if you can do something like that.
Like Tet.
He's got Tet.
He's got Tet, but theoretically, Tet. Like I think Tet would be a player that's kind of in that tier ahead of Debo.
Yeah. I think around there is fine. I'm wondering how low, and everybody has to check on this. If you're not doing your due diligence, if you don't, how low the public perception is on Ladd McConkey right now.
Yeah.
Because it keeps going down week by week. I almost wonder if you could sneak something like that.
I think you could. If you add a Keon Coleman, I think you could maybe even sneak a Ridley into Chase Brown and get him. I think that's very possible.
Yeah, I can't remember the trade I did with Ridley last week, but Ridley still has a high perception by a lot of people.
I have something that doesn't involve in this. It just popped in my head. I mean, like if Jordan Addison's out there, people need to pick him up. Like, just nothing is like nobody's even mentioned his name since draft day. So I would imagine he's probably available in some leagues. So go pick him up. This is your reminder to pick up Jordan Addison.
Yeah, a lot of people to check on. There's some people who dropped Xavier Worthy. There's going to be just random little people who were dropped. Definitely go check them out. Matthew Golden, this is probably the week he pops off. If it's going to be any week, it would be this one.
Yep.
There's lots of people you can pick up just to see what happens. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Brandon Ayuk sounds like he's a ways away yet, but eventually he's going to play football. Will he be good? I think that's truly 50-50, but it's another speculative ad. Incognito, trade Lamar and Flowers for Kyler, Harrison, and Saquon.
No.
If you need a running back, I think I would.
I don't like doing it, but I think you get the best player in the trade. And I think the move from Lamar to a quarterback and get off waivers or Kyler is not as big as adding Saquon to your team.
Maybe. It's going to be if you do make the trade, you're going to be very frustrated watching Kyler Murray run an offense, which is going to be an issue. But does Saquon make up for that? Maybe.
Yeah. But I mean, Kyler is a good, at worst case scenario, he's a round quarterback, 12 to 15 every week. Like he's safe.
He's a 15 to 18 point guy every week.
Yeah. So like you could probably stream better options. And then when there isn't a better option, you've got Kyler. I don't hate that.
That's what I'm doing in a league where I drafted Kyler and I picked up Geno Smith, and I'm probably going to ride with Geno Smith for a little bit and just see what happens.
Well, here's how I look at this trade. Would you trade Lamar Jackson for Saquon? Straight up.
Probably. In a vacuum, yes.
Because as much as I am not a huge fan of Marvin Harrison Jr. in terms of fantasy because he's not an alpha, he doesn't demand the ball, I don't put any stock into Zay Flowers. Like he is too inconsistent in his role in that offense, and they're about to add Isaiah Likely. So, like I just can't trust Zay Flowers. If you've listened or read any of my stuff at any point in time, I'm really big on like what your expected value is going to be in the lineup, and if I can't expect him to give me starting value, like I just don't want that player on my team. I don't like the unexpected for my top tier starters, which Zay Flowers is expected to be.
Yeah, I mean that I was sweating the end of the game last week in Dynasty because I was up 2 and they had Zay Flowers on that last drive. And I was sweating, and then I'm like, wait a second, it's the Ravens. He's either going to get 5 and I'm going to get smoked and it's not going to matter, or he's not going to get a catch. And that's exactly what happened. He didn't even, I don't think he even got looked at on the last drive. I think Bateman got more targets than him by like 3.
Yeah, Ravens are weird in terms of the wide receivers in particular. Kyle, what's up? How long are we holding Pacheco? There's an article that just came out on Flurry Sports today where multiple experts said Isaiah Pacheco is droppable, and like I tend to agree. Like he's not a must drop, but you do not need to hold him at all.
It's kind of crazy how much the perception has just gone complete 180 for Pacheco and Javonte at about the same time. Because there was a time when Javonte was way up and Pacheco was down, completely flipped, and now it feels like it's flipped again. It's been very interesting how running backs have changed over the past even just year.
He says, if I don't see a spark after Rashee Rice comes back, he gone. I mean, you're waiting a while yet. Rashee's out for 7 weeks.
Is there any, I'm just trying to think this through, is there anything, because people, like as soon as Isaiah Pacheco scores, 1-2 touchdowns, people are going to be back on him. Are we holding on and waiting for that to happen and trading him with high value?
Maybe, and this would be a good week just because we saw what the Ravens did last week without Van Noy, without Majibike in the middle. Like you can run against the Ravens right now. So maybe the thing is with Pacheco so far is that he's splitting snaps 50-50. And then we're giving Kareem Hunt the goal line.
Yep.
So like he's getting half the snaps in the middle of the field, and that's just not valuable. So I just have I have no hopes for him. If you drop him, I don't think you're going to lose sleep. I don't think he's ever going to be like the must-add player. And yeah, so the only reason to hang on to him is for hoping you can trade him. Otherwise, I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, you're never confidently starting
him. And Kyle's point, it depends on who you're dropping him for. 100%. Don't drop him just to drop him. But if you need a bye week fill in, if there is a worthy like handcuff, he brings up Monangai. I don't think so. I don't think I would do it for Monangai right now. Yeah. Who has the better chance to have a good fantasy day? It's Pacheco, just because he could get that goal line touch. I don't think Monangai is going to have 12 touches, and if Monangai has 5 catches or 5 runs and he scores a touchdown, that doesn't move the needle on him.
No, and I mean, props for spelling it right, because that's kind of a son of a bitch name to spell. True.
Gary, what's up? You have Judkins or Ken Walker this week with Sharpback. Judkins has a tough matchup. He has who? Lions?
Right.
Let me look. I think I have Ken Walker higher, and that's not because I have confidence in him.
In my mind, it's Ken Walker is an RB2, Judkins is a flex.
Yeah, I have Ken Walker at 15. I have Judkins at the moment at 26. I feel like I should bring him up a little bit higher. But the thing is, and I'll tell you exactly why I put Walker there. Like, he's been really inefficient. The only thing with him is it's one play. You need one play, and he takes it to the house. So I think there's going to be a heavy dose of running on both sides tonight. So hopefully he gets that one play. And if they're not in a position to run the ball a lot because they're trailing somehow, I do think he catches a decent number of passes. So I think I would go Walker still.
I mean,
I like Judkins though.
I mean, I'm not going to act like I've been doing this for nearly as long as you, but I have Walker at 15 and Judkins at 18, which I'm higher on Judkins than everybody, but that's just personal bias. I mean, Walker's a stud. And I mean, what happens if Charbonnet re-aggravates his injury, right? Like, I'm not saying they're going to have 30 carries for Ken Walker, but like, certainly doesn't hurt him.
I also think that the Lions smoked the Browns in this game, so I don't know how much of running that Cleveland's going to be doing, but
yeah, it's certainly possible. In Detroit, they're a different team for sure, which makes a difference. We'll see what the Browns do. I mean, the only reason I see them playing Jerome Ford right now is to feature him and trade him. They really need to get Dylan Sampson involved. That would actually make this offense decent, I think, if they start giving him 5 to 7 targets a game or something alongside Judkins. I think that could end up being like a really, really good backfield for the future. I have Kyron, Etienne, Scatabo, Woody Marks, and Bill Krosky Merritt. Hold and wait with Pacheco given those players is, I'm assuming, the question essentially.
I think you can, as long as your wide receiver doesn't need help now, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at your starting lineup and you're not picking up somebody to switch in for that, I think I would look at that, and then I would look at next week, because bye week start next week. If you're going to be screwed somehow, or you're going to need a replacement, maybe look ahead. But otherwise, what I would be trying to do this entire week is a 2-for-1. Like, I hate dropping players just to free up a roster spot. If I can trade Pacheco and I think actually, honestly, what I would do is trade Pacheco and Etienne together. Personally, I think Etienne's a sell high. I'm not on board with Etienne at all. His snaps, his touches overall continue to go down week by week. He's getting more and more inefficient, and then they're not really throwing him the ball. This will be a telltale sign of what he is and what the Jaguars are. Is this frozen? Oh, no, look, it's good. Okay. What they do this week against the 49ers, because the 49ers are going to play a decent amount of zone.
Yeah.
They should check it down to Etienne a decent amount. They haven't done it yet. And I don't know if that's an offensive issue or if it's a Trevor Lawrence issue. It's probably both. But if Etienne's not getting passes this week, I think he's relatively he's just not going to be good this year, in my opinion. I understand we're hanging on to that week 1 performance, but I'm selling him before he has a complete dud, personally. And Gary, no. Thank you. There you go. Okay. 7 p.m. will be, oh God, I feel like we haven't done that in a while. Okay, so we will be off in like 10 minutes. So if you have questions, you guys better start firing them away.
I made the next step into getting into coffee.
What's the next step?
Planning to get it.
Okay, that's great. Okay. What's the plan? I love the plan.
The plan is tomorrow after work.
Okay, where are you getting it from? Because that could be sketchy.
Or
also after work, aren't you going to be up all night with caffeine?
No, I don't really get affected by caffeine. Or I
have a follow-up question then.
I have a long drive to Minneapolis Saturday morning.
Yep, that's when you do it.
Oh, you're going to the Turnstile concert, right?
Yes. My issue with it Saturday morning is that's a 4.5-hour drive from Green Bay. If I don't like it, then it's sitting in my car for 4.5 hours, and it just pissing me off.
It's a good smell.
Yeah, smell of coffee is the best part of coffee.
Just dump it out the window. Who cares?
Could do that too. Okay, so you're not affected by caffeine. Mm-hmm. So why are we desperately wanting to get into coffee right now? Is it just the aesthetic?
That's a good point.
I think it's just I want to be a coffee guy.
That's fair. Like, I think it's one of those things. It's good, and I know that's what your reason is, because you want to be a coffee black guy too. But it's not like I need to get caffeine.
I feel like I went through my childhood. Like, something that I really dislike that I went through my childhood is I didn't watch like wrestling, because like people love it, and that's just something I miss. People love coffee, and that's just something that I'm not a part of that community.
Now, let me ask you, why did you pick coffee for the aesthetic over cigarettes or cigars?
I was going to say, why don't you smoke? Honestly, it's cool.
Smoking looks cool. Anybody who says it doesn't is lying to you.
I agree. When I was a sophomore in college, I used to buy a pack of cigarettes and go down to the bar. I couldn't get in yet, but I would stand outside and people would give me $1 for a cigarette.
So smart.
That's very smart.
Yeah.
That's the entrepreneur. We got a few questions. We'll get back to coffee talk in a second. Walker or Scatabo. I like the way Scatabo looked last week, but the Chargers DST seems rough. That's my thought too. Scatabo, what I do like about him is I can guarantee he's going to catch the ball a bunch, but I do still have Ken Walker a couple spots ahead of him.
To me, Scatabo is the definition of sell high right now.
That's fair because Tracy's coming back, but I think Scadabo's done enough he has solidified that he's RB1A in my mind.
That's fine, but how good is his offense with a rookie quarterback starting?
I think better.
Yeah. And also, I feel like this is just personal feeling. There's going to be a Scatabo game this year. It's going to be like Linsanity for one game.
Yeah, that might have been last week. But Jackson, they're going to run a lot more like read option stuff, and Jackson Dart's going to use his legs and stuff. So we know it's just going to open up running lanes, which is good. And they'll just be efficient. Russell Wilson, his entire career is he likes to look at every option on the play and then make his decision.
And then throw the moon.
It doesn't matter if the first read's open. What Dart's going to do is the first read open, which is Malik Neighbors, almost always. Mm-hmm. Yes, no, maybe, still going to throw it, and that's good. That's better than what Russell Wilson does. His entire time in Seattle, everyone talked about how bad that offensive line is because of the number of sacks. But then you looked at the data, it's like, oh, it was 7 seconds to a sack.
Yep.
Like he just sat there and like he just went through the entire defense. Like, I could throw it there, but let's check over here again. Like that's what he does, and that's why this offense does not work whatsoever with Russell Wilson.
I do like Russell Wilson throwing into double coverage to a 5'8" Wan'Dale Robinson. That's fun to watch.
That is great. I do love Wan'Dale Robinson. I do think he gets better too with Jackson Dart.
Yeah,
consistently, which feels weird because Russell Wilson just had a 450-yard game. But yeah. Benson or Kamara. Kamara has not been great, not getting those targets. I have Trey Benson above him, even in a tough matchup.
Agreed.
Merrimack, what's up? I want to trade away AJ Brown and Benson for Lamb and Marvin Harrison. I have a good record. I have elite depth at wide receiver, Neighbors, Rice, Adams, McMillan. You sure do. And Achane and Scatabo at running back. What do you guys think?
No.
Okay, you talked about your elite depth at wide receiver, not at running back. Right. So why are we trading away the running back?
I'm not totally sold on, like I mentioned, that Cam Scatabo is a full-on start every single week. Like Trey Benson, I would start over Cam Scatabo this week.
And on top of that, Lamb isn't that much better than AJ Brown, where I think you make this trade for a running back for Marvin Harrison Jr. and that you can sit and be okay. Like even if you're 3-0, Lamb's going to be out probably like 2-3 weeks. Like it can be 3-2 in a hurry, and now suddenly you got to win again.
That is fair. I don't hate the trade, but yeah, I'm not doing that just because I'm not getting rid of Benson at the moment. Okay, would you start Breece Hall or Benson half PPR? I have Breece Hall a little bit higher. I understand he's riskier. If you just need a high floor matchup or a high floor performance here, I would go Benson. I think he's safer, but I am rolling with Breece Hall.
If Justin Fields plays, I'm rolling with Breece Hall. If not, I'm rolling with Trey Benson.
I mean, you gotta make the decision now.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm going Benson. I'm higher on Benson.
Then I'm going Benson.
Okay, so Benson, Kamara, or Pollard. I would still go Benson. Okay. Terry, what's up? Facebook chatter. Love that. Addison, Keenan Allen, Marvin Harrison, McLaurin, Dobbs. Which two are you picking? Possibly third in the flex. McLaurin's not going to play, so boom, done with that. Keenan Allen's a for sure start. Boom, There you go. Then I would probably go Addison. And I'm not overly high on Harrison or Dobbs. I think Dobbs could have a good game, but it's risky with the Green Bay pass catcher. So I don't think you have to flex one of them. But yeah, that's what I would do.
If you have to, I'm flexing Harrison over Dobbs.
Agreed. Could be a big Dobbs game. I mean, we've seen Dallas get cooked downfield, but we'll see.
This seems more like a Luke Musgrave somehow gets like 3 catches for 56 and a touchdown.
I would love it. I don't think the Packers know how to use him. Geno or Darnold. I think it's definitely Geno for me, but I'll check.
It's Geno. There's no run game.
Also, do you want to start Darnold and risk having yourself look like a jackass and kicking yourself for a weekend? No.
Yeah, Geno's definitely higher for me.
Yep.
It's against the Bears too, and the Bears are going to have a cornerback out, which is nice.
The Bears have been getting torched through the air this year.
Yeah. Start Geno. Geno's fun. Geno or Kyler 6-point touchdown. These are closer in my rankings. I have Kyler at 14, Geno at 15.
Geno.
Yeah, because of the 6-point touchdown, I think I would go Geno.
Yep. Geno looks sick in those black uniforms too.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. ASD. Hey guys, what are your thoughts in the trade? I get Genty and Golden for Etienne and Pearsall.
This feels like you're trading two of the same players for two of the exact same players. Not that they play the same, but it's how they finish in fantasy.
I don't like this trade.
I don't like it.
I think Golden is good this week, but I think he's going to be inconsistent at best. Genty, that offensive line for Vegas is bad. Etienne, again, I like selling high on Etienne, but I mean, he's been the best player in this trade so far. And then I think Ricky Pearsall's good. I know he's already banged up, but I think he's good when he's healthy.
What's Golden's role when Christian Watson comes back?
Hopefully the same. Hopefully Christian Watson does not come back. And that's coming from somebody, not fantasy perspective, just get out of town, never come back. Etienne in the flex or one of the receivers we previously talked about, Etienne.
I like the guarantee touches.
Pick one half PPR, Booty, Diggs, Godwin if he plays, or Franklin.
Yeah.
I like Booty.
Yeah, me too. Me too, man.
Yes. I would go, man, it's Godwin or Franklin for me. I think I would go Godwin. Mike Evans is out.
Yep.
Terry also has Judkins as a flex. Would you go Judkins or Etienne?
Oh, Judkins. No, maybe not. That Detroit run defense is good.
Yeah. I think I would still go Etienne at the moment. Trade accepted by Lapsky, or Slapsky. Getting Genty and Ibuka for Bowers and Brown.
Meh.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You better have Trey McBride.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't know if I like trading away a difference maker at tight end, even though he just had a couple bad weeks. I get that, but he's getting healthier and I think he's going to be better. So I don't know if I like it. This is team 12 man. So he does have Juwan Johnson. I think I would have preferred to get rid of Juwan Johnson. I think there's only direction for Juwan Johnson to go is down. And the only direction for Bowers to go is up. Yeah. Yep. But his running backs now are Genty, Pollard, Tootin, and Krosky Merritt. Yeah, I don't like your running back room. Not that Chase Brown moved the needle for me anyway, but that's where I'm looking to address.
Slapsky, I appreciate you being on the show. Like, your team kind of sucks, I think.
I think he's got players. JSN's covering a lot of hurt right now.
Yeah, I disagree. I think he's fine. You can easily.
I guess.
I don't love the trade. You can now trade a wide receiver for a better running back than Chase Brown, in my opinion. I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, I take that back. I didn't see CD immediately, and the injury sucks and everything. I was just trying to figure out how he drafted in the superstars he has on his team.
Right. Yeah, and Pollard is probably losing touches soon to Spears. Genty hasn't been able to get anything going. I'm really trying to flip. If you can get anyone who's buying into the Krosky Merritt hype at running back, like I'm doing it. And Slapsky's calling one of us an idiot.
You told on yourself, man. Use the right form of your at least. Come on.
True. Not great. Not a great showing. But hey, I think you got players you can try. Guy in the middle knows ball. Okay, you got exposed. Trevor knows ball? That's funny.
It's crazy to come in and be like, guys, what should I do? And then they give you advice, and you're like, man, fuck you.
That's always been my thing when people ask me what
you already knew it then.
Yeah, you know the answer you want. Just do what you want.
Yeah. You know what?
I respect it.
Killed it. No, Brock Bowers is terrible. You're right. And I know nothing about football. You are a new viewer. Terry,
some have said that I am smarter than the man who has coached football. Some have said, and by some I mean only Slapski.
No, not Slapski. No one cares. So, 713. Final questions. Final comments in Slapski. Keep going. You're killing it. But otherwise, flurrysports.org. You got your start sits. You got your rankings. You got all kinds of stuff. I'm probably going to be posting some injury articles tomorrow. Yes, Zach and Luke, Dumb and Dumber. I love it. Like that's the one thing. If someone tries to tell me I don't know about football, like, oh, okay, you don't know me. Cool. Brother, you can say a lot of things. That's one thing that does not work.
Brother's calling people dumb on the show when he's in the chat asking questions to figure out
to those dumb people on the show.
That's fine.
We like the comments though. Makes us laugh.
I know, honestly, engagement farm. I'll take it. Doing more help than harm at the moment.
If you had balls, Slapski, you'd put your picture on your profile.
I don't want to see that. No worries. We are getting out of here. Hopefully you enjoy Thursday Night Football. I can't imagine anybody will, but hopefully it's at least a good game. Let's keep it at least competitive. It's a divisional matchup. I'm worried it's going to be a low-scoring, run-heavy, sloppy, bad game. And Slapski, you won your league last year. That's good.
That doesn't mean anything. This year. You can play with idiots. That means nothing.
Yeah, true. Your running back room is stacked, brother. You're killing it. We will be back Monday for sure. But definitely subscribe. Slapski, please subscribe. I'd love it if you